Hello everyone, I am your host of Drinks and Discussions, Brian, here with another video. I hope everyone is having a fabulous day. I know most of you watching this video have seen our live show from last night, so I hope you're not tired of looking at my face. But I wanted to bring something to you as a little bit of a follow-up on some of the things, or one of the things that we talked about last night. So let's get into it. It's one of those things I never thought that I would be sitting here having a discussion about this particular topic, folks. I just never did. I never thought that I would be sitting here discussing what I'm about to discuss with you. And that is the topic of mermaids. Now, I know we kind of had a little bit of this last night, but I want to show you the teaser, if you will, that is causing such an uproar. I know most of you have seen it. If you haven't, and this is your first time, I'm glad that you came to Drinks and Discussions to see it. But without further ado, this is what is causing the emotion. So far, it looks absolutely great to me. There you have it, folks. There you have it. So, if you're like me, if you just saw this at face value, you would be like, "What in the heck is going on? Why are we talking about this, Drinks and Discussions?" Well, let me tell you why. Because if you're like me, I was not aware that mermaids were exclusively white. No one told me this. All my life, no one has told me that mermaids are exclusively white. Now, apparently the only people who knew this are the nitwits that are commenting on this trailer with all the negativity, because Ariel the mermaid, a fictitious character, is being depicted by a young black actress. I'm not making this up, folks. Go to YouTube, go to Disney, and look at the disgusting comments you will find throughout the comment section on this video. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Let me reiterate. This is a fictitious character. Someone imagined it a long time ago. I don't know when the Little Mermaid came out originally. I don't know when it was created or imagined. I'll be honest with you. I've never seen The Little Mermaid. Maybe I will watch it. Maybe I will watch the animation version before I watch this live action. But I will tell you from my personal perspective, looking at that video, that teaser, it looks like it's going to be a really good movie. And that young actress can sing. Now, I may have actually called her someone else. I confused her with another singer, or maybe it's a relative or something. But I think I called her Chloe Bailey or something like that. last night, but I believe this is Haley Bailey. And she's been in a lot of TV shows. I think she has a group with her sister that has won some awards as well. Very talented young actress, very talented, and she can sing her socks off. I mean, if you heard that little bit that she gave in that little teaser, it sounds like it's going to be an amazing soundtrack as well when it comes to this movie. Now, again, someone created a character out of their imagination. And let's just be frank, folks. The people at Disney have said, we are reimagining the content that was created a long time ago. Reimagining. So they've got people, because I'm sure that the people who created the animation version of The Mermaid probably did not work on this project. They had new, probably younger, more imaginative individuals working on this project. And their imaginations, when they reimagined this story, in their imaginations, they depicted Ariel, a mermaid, this way. This is how they imagined her to be. What's wrong with that, folks? What is wrong with that? Now, I have heard people say that when you are listening to some of these people that are all up in arms over this character's depiction of being a minority, is fueling the talking points that are generally created and restated by white supremacists, and that is the minority takeover. Minorities are taking over everything. They're gonna eventually take over and become the majority, and we're gonna lose everything. Highly improbable, folks. And once again, it's a Disney movie for children. And these aren't children in the comments saying, Mom, Dad, or Disney, why are you changing the color of my favorite character? And I think, I will say this, I think Ariel is a princess of the sea, right? I think she's a princess. So why can't princesses be a different color? And I did not know this off the top of my head. I will be honest, I had to go do some research. Out of all the princesses that are created by Disney, at the time of their creation, only 4 were created as a minority. There's Mulan, and I'm not sure if I'm even saying this right, but Tiana from The Princess and the Frog. I never saw that one. There's Jasmine from Aladdin, and then Pocahontas. Only 4 that were originally created characters that were minorities. Now, you may not remember, though, there was a live adaptation of another Disney movie that also kind of got a little bit of some of these types of comments, not to the degree, I don't believe, as this one is getting, because it was not released as a theatrical release. I think it was a made-for-TV type of a thing. But do you guys remember when Brandy put on the slippers of Cinderella? You guys recall that? Yes, Whitney Houston was the fairy godmother. Jason Alexander was actually in this adaptation as well. He's a Seinfeld guy, if you guys are familiar with his work, playing Pretty Woman. Disney is actually going to re-release that to their streaming service as well in the next month or so. And people are actually looking forward to re-watching that adaptation of a reimagined story that was created depicting all white characters. All white characters. Now, to me personally, when I see these comments, what I feel and see is that this is just people who are still stuck on the notion that black people aren't good enough. Black people aren't good enough to play the heroine. Black people aren't good enough to play the lead character or the princess. Black people aren't smart enough to play the quarterback position. And that was the thing, folks. How dare you depict Jesus as a minority or brown skinned? How dare you reimagine Santa Claus as being anything other than white? Remember that whole thing? Oh, Santa Claus is white. There's no ifs and buts about it. If you can imagine a character in any color, that is the beauty of an imagination, folks. And to try to tear down or squash someone's creativity or imagination is just bad character on your part. It shows how despicable of a human being you are. I'm not saying you have to like it because, you know, in your own mind, you were comfortable with the way things were. There are adaptations of movies that I don't think was better than the original. I can't imagine them redoing Back to the Future because Michael J. Fox was a great character, the Doc, and everybody. And it happened where I watched the original. I just don't want to see a remake. Like all the Star Wars movies. I think the original Star Wars movies are fantastic. The new ones that they came out with didn't really go do a lot for me. Even though they weren't remakes, but they were reimaginated in order to depict a female Jedi. And a lot of people don't want to see a female Jedi out there. Oh no, Jedis are supposed to be men and all this nonsense. There's a new Lord of the Rings prequel that's out, and there are people up in arms. Can't have minority trolls. Can't have minority hobbits, elves. What are you thinking, folks? Are these white people that created these characters created them white, and they should always be white? And how dare you depict them in any kind of way? Come on, folks. This is just weird to me. It's really, really weird to me. And it has nothing to do with grumpy old white men who probably aren't even interested in watching this movie or even knows who Ariel the mermaid is in the first place. There is also, believe it or not, more to this, folks. There's more to this. There is another video that is circulating as well. I'm going to get to that right now and tell you why people are also
Hello, everyone. This is
up in arms about this particular one. Gotta get it queued up here. Sorry about that. I'm going to, I believe it is this one. Let me just check it. But it's just another video that I think that you guys are hopefully you guys are going to be like, what the hell is wrong with people? Here we go. Let me share this video here real quick. All right. Whoops. There we go. Sorry about that. Sorry. Doing the show by myself, and I have to get everything loaded. So please bear with me. Here we go. This is the video that people can't seem to stop talking about.
An Oreo. An Oreo.
Are you crying?
No.
Oh, sweet girl.
I'll be honest with you. That last one, every time I see her with that little tear in her eye, is just, it chokes me up. I mean, even right now, I get a little teary-eyed watching that little face. But again, these are little girls, minority girls, seeing a princess that resembles who they are, looks like them. This is not saying that, white little girls can't be depicted in a princess way, but when you've seen it and you have not seen the reimagination of a princess, a heroine that looks like you, and you see that this is a moment where little girls are getting excited, how dare people try to condemn this? I thought it's heartwarming to see little minority girls feeling like they are excited to see a princess depicted in a way that resembles them. I see nothing wrong with it, folks. I mean, I may be missing something. Maybe somebody can bring it to my attention to let me know, but I just don't get it. This is an adaptation that someone said, I am going to reimagine a story and tell it my way. And it probably will have some different types of storylines intermingled in between there, so it won't actually be as if you are watching the exact animation movie that you've seen before. And who wants to see that? Who wants to see anything that's basically verbatim, exact match of what you've already seen? Now, here's something else I will tell you. The Snyder Cut for the DC Justice League, they released a movie that a director who took over because of one of the directors had to get off the project, and they released this movie. And then the original director said, wait a minute, this is not how I imagined this story to be. This is not how I imagined the characters to be. And I'm going to release the Snyder Cut. And when you watch it, you can actually see that the characters didn't all look the same. One person imagined them this way, the other person imagined it that way. And I be damned, nobody was crying foul then. But when a little black girl wants to be a princess or portrayed as a princess, they're up in arms. How dare you put a minority and depict her as being a thing of beauty? Shame on you, Disney. Now, shame on you guys who are out there giving the negative comments. Shame on you for giving a dislike to something that looks absolutely beautiful, a young actress that sounds amazing, and then trying to jeopardize any chance for her to have a successful showing in this movie. Well, guys, that's my take on this, whatever you want to call it, fiasco of the fictitious character. Again, I can't believe we're talking about it, but it's out there in the news. It's circulating around, and we at Drinks and Discussions wanted to talk about it. Let me know what you guys think. Even if you believe that this is a wrong reimagined or an adaptation of a story that you truly love, you think this is wrong for them to portray this character this way, leave a comment. If you do like it, please give us a like. If you didn't like this, please give us a dislike. And if you'd like to see more of these types of videos, and also join our live discussions every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, subscribe to the channel. As always, I am Brian. We're Drinks and Discussions, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone.